Hi guys. Hello, my name is Nick. This is me starting a project a few months ago to stop random people on the street and record interviews. Here in Barcelona, in Portugal, everywhere I traveled. Imagine stopping a stranger, asking them for the interview to be on the camera. Will they say no? They sometimes asked why. Or imagine even worse, they start saying yes. How to keep this conversation going? How to record this video without prepared script, be natural. I started learning from my intuition what to ask. I never had prepared questions. I started tuning into my own intuition. At first, this project was kind of just a little bit ego-driven. Like I wanted to commit, I wanted to follow through. It was to combat my shyness, to be comfortable in front of camera, to be comfortable with rejections. There was a bunch, so you kind of get used to it and get over it. You don't take things personally. It's a great exercise. But it became so much more. I started noticing that all the people I was connecting, they were these messengers from the universe, each bringing me a lesson that I needed, exactly what I needed at this moment, what was alive for me. I'll tell you even a random story about this guy. I was on the beach, and there was one person in the background not feeling well. There was emergency care, and this guy was standing next to me. I came up to him and asked, when in your life, or if ever, you were close to dying? Random question, not so random. The guy looked at me completely shocked. He was on vacation in Barcelona. To get away from the States, he was almost killed by his client who was in psychotic state. We connected, we became friends. He's also a coach. And all of these people have something to tell me. It was an amazing experience for me to learn from it. My medicine is to use my voice, to be here, to take this space. You see, I was hiding quite a lot. I was working a lot behind the scenes, working with different people, and now to be standing here, it's a huge achievement. With the voice, something amazing happens in your body. If you use it the right way, if you go to vocal coach, the vibration in your body creates this power that you take with you for all situations in your life. It changes your life. It is the instrument that we always have with us. Some people want to learn to play guitar, piano. I always say, go to a vocal coach. Learn to use your instrument. It became my thing also to work with people when I hear they speak softly, when they really not finishing their sentences like this, like I used to do. Voice. This transition that happened, transformation with my voice, it also got me wondering, this is my new superpower. I became this child, what else could I do? What else could I learn? This takes me to my inner child. There he is, alone. You see, in my method, I work with clients addressing their inner child. We've heard about inner children a lot. Most of people maybe even did some meditation, inner child meditation, guiding you. But it is always a unique experience for everyone. Here in my coaching process, we really honor the inner child. It's as if I'm coaching the child. I'm inquiring if he's feeling safe, always in present state, present tense. If he's safe, if he's feeling seen, heard. What are the interests this child wants to experiment with? What were the child's passions? For me, it was rediscovering singing, acting. As a kid, I even dreamt of, what would it be like to be an actor? This time, I got to try. I mean, before, I do take acting lessons. I also tried all these things that I haven't tried before. I learned how to ski, I learned to climb. All this space that I was given to my inner child allowed this child to feel that this child is seen. I was finally given the time. This child is now always present. And we come here to our inner parent. We all have an inner parent in us. Most of the time, often, this inner parent is based on our own parents. And you see what happens in my case, sometimes not from so functional families. But in this case, we get to keep the best traits. We choose beliefs we want to keep. We dissolve the ones that we don't want to keep. We invite new mentors, new teachers. We shape our inner parent based on the communities we're in. You see, with my work, with my inner child, I didn't have problem loving this kid. He's this cute little blonde, the cutest thing ever. This is my father, by the way. It was this little Nick that I didn't want to have anything in common with. Him and me, in my meditation, I had nothing to say. I didn't want to have anything in common. He was always for me this person with the chubby cheeks. I was taking on the traits of my bullies from the childhood. In my healing process, it took time to start conversation with this guy. There was a lot of tears of me asking for forgiveness that this kid didn't get love and affection when he needed it. I grew up in a post-Soviet environment. My mother was taking care of all of us. My father, for his own reasons, was not really absent while he was still living with us, but he was an alcoholic. The shame, the amount of shame I've lived through of him coming, sometimes drinking for weeks. Some people even come in and ring in the apartment, your dad is lying drunk on the 3rd floor. Go pick him up. There were some bleeding noses, there were some fights. I was in this constant fight or flight mode. I still remember vividly experiencing very often this adrenaline. And I took this adrenaline state to the rest of my life. It took a lot of work to calm myself down. And to put a cherry on this cake, I also was growing up gay. Completely alone, totally confused what was going on. The work with accepting and loving this inner child that gave me the most fruits, that allowed me to love myself unconditionally and fully. So here comes an interesting figure, the adult. You see here the inner child, the inner parent. They all live in our head. We keep switching between these two characters. It is the adult, the higher self. The way I see him is the elder of the tribe. It is the one who brings the present mode. In full presence, we witness everything that comes. We allow all the emotions. We share and give love. This is how I see the process in my coaching. We evoke this higher self state, the state of presence, and create this campfire where we invite our inner child, inner teenager, inner parent, our mentors and ancestors, all by the campfire with the higher self, adult, the leader, creating safe space. Safe space is the most important thing for a child to allow things to blossom. In this journey, with my coaching, I create this space for my clients. I create this space for myself. I would like to ask you a question. What would it be like to engage with yourself and the world if you'd fully, unconditionally love yourself? You can connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram. There's a link. You can book a connection call. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your inner child out. I would love to involve and turn your inner critic to inner parent, the nourishing one. It is our duty to create this safe space between those two ego states. Thank you.